What is up, Facebook family? I'm here live. If you're joining me, say you're joining me live. We're going to give it just a couple minutes before I dive in. But happy Cinco de Mayo or Revenge of the 5th, whatever you're celebrating this afternoon. Um, I just wanted to hop on here. I don't know why we're always hopping on these things, but that's what we do. So here I am hopping away. But we're here I wanted to kind of give you a look. I looked at the calendar and realized we're right at a month away. 31 days to be exact, from the thing, Nashville. And I just kind of wanted to reach out to everybody and connect with everybody and say hello and remind you, because everyone says, hey, I hear about all these amazing things you're doing too late. So I'm trying to do my best to beat the game of the algorithm. But this is me letting you know that it's coming, it's happening, the thing, Nashville. But if you would do me a favor, get your phone or wherever you're watching this out and go and tag some people. First of all, say you're here. Say, I'm watching live with you now, Terry. I'm seeing you live. And, leave a comment below. I would love to see your comments. I would love to know that you're watching with me. And if there's anyone that you know that's a speaker or an author who wants to be, tag them in the comments below. Say, dude, you've got to come hang out with me in Nashville. We're just a month away. You guys have been begging me to do a couple of things for the last couple of years. One, do an event in your hometown of Nashville. I'm doing that. We're not going to Mickey Mouse's house. We're doing this thing in Nashville, Tennessee. Actually, we're doing it in Franklin and Brentwood is kind of our two locations. Literally in my backyard where I hang out, where the coffee shops I go to. That's it. We're all of those places, the restaurants we hang out with, the things we do. That's where we're coming in Nashville. So if you have somebody that you think that you know that needs to be here, tag them below and say, man, this is that thing I was telling you about. I know, I get it. I've heard all of the thing jokes. But I would love to have you join me and my friends. And that's exactly what this is. This event, more so than any of the events that I've ever done, is literally me asking my mentors, my coaches, my leaders, and people who literally I have known, some of them, for almost 30 years, that they have been speaking into my life. Ken Davis, McNair Wilson, I met in the Renaissance Hotel in the Nashville Convention Center in 1995. When I was a young buck, I had no idea what I was doing, but I knew that speaking in front of people was something I wanted to do. I knew that communication was a clear part of my giftedness, and I knew that I wanted to be better at it, and they both taught me. And so Ken is going to be teaching on how to become a better storyteller, how to be a better speaker. McNair is actually teaching storytelling, which is something he's never done. And if you know McNair, who's a Disney Imagineer, he's one of my favorite storytellers there is. He tells fantastic stories, and they're true, and they're experiences that he's had. And he's going to teach you how to take your stories, leverage them, tell them in an engaging way, and how to get people engaged in your mission and to learn how to use illustrations, to learn how to use experiences that you've had and leverage them as a powerful way to use the things that you know and the things that you're really good at, to get people's attention, to get get your ideas communicated better through story. But Ken Davis is someone who I've met, and in 1985, I walked into the hotel and said, hey man, this guy's teaching a 2-day seminar on public speaking, and I want to be a better speaker. And I've asked him for years. Literally, McNair sat and I at one of my favorite sushi places in town and said, hey dude, please, can you come and do this? And it's just never worked out. And it almost didn't work out this time, but Ken is going to be with us here in Nashville, Tennessee. He's leaving his lake house. Ken is semi-retired. He doesn't do very many speaking engagements. He definitely doesn't do a whole lot that aren't at just his own event, his SCORE conference. But Ken is going to be speaking to us on how to be a better communicator, how to speak, how to use the stage, how to get people's attention and keep it. And I'm super excited for that. I've already told you, McNair, Liz Wilcox, the queen, the fresh princess of email marketing, is going to teach you how to use email to get on more stages. Liz is one of our attendees that's now a speaker. And a lot of these people are people, they're either a friend, a coach, or a mentor. And then there's a small group of them that have been attendees. 3 women, in fact, that have come to this event, started as attendees. that now are becoming people that we're putting on the stage. We're watching them grow. We're watching them build massive businesses and experience massive success. And that's also something I kind of wanted to share with you. I just got finished interviewing another one of our speakers, who I'm going to talk about in a minute. But the last 3 episodes, including one that's going to come out in the next 24 hours, I've interviewed people that will be speaking at the thing. So if you have questions, Ken Davis and I had a great conversation about his long career in public speaking. And if anyone has questions that they have about the thing, details about the thing, ask below if you're watching the live, or if you happen to be watching the replay afterwards. Leave your comments below, and I will hopefully see them. Tag me, write my name, tag me so I make sure I see them. So I actually see that you're asking a question. I will reach back out and make sure that you get your questions answered about the thing, Nashville. But the time is really coming for you to stop thinking about it. It's time for you to book your plane tickets. It's time for you to go to stagespageswages.com and buy your airplane ticket and get here to Nashville. I get it. I know life is busy. There's a lot going on. But the world is coming awake again, and stages are opening up. And there's an opportunity for you, if you have a message that needs to be heard, that you can actually get yourself on a stage and get people. And those stages sometimes aren't just in person. They're also virtual, in podcast, in Facebook Lives. And every day, many of us get a chance to stand before other people and speak and share what matters to us. And we need to learn how to do it effectively and creatively in a way that not only gets people's attention, not only that keeps people's attention, but that moves them to action so that they clearly know the one thing they need to do. And I'm going to be really clear. The one thing I need you to do is to stop thinking about it and go get your ticket right now to join us in Nashville. I get it. There's a lot going on, and that's why that if money is a barrier, reach out to me and say, hey, dude, I need some help. Maybe, and I'll reach out with you. I'll work with you. I'll do what I can. If whatever. I don't want to have any excuse keep you from joining us here in Nashville, so that you can write your book. I did that. I wrote a book. I guarantee you could ask everybody that you've ever encountered. And as I'm starting the process to really refine my next couple of books that I'm writing, that would ever imagine that I would write one book, much less work on others and begin to go through the process. And several of the other speakers and I that are going to be here, a couple of the attendees actually, and I have projects that we're working on together. And that's the beauty of what happens from the thing, is we come together, we collaborate, and we create together. Also joining us is our good buddy Mike Brennan. And Mike Brennan is literally in this season where he's realized that he's got a new message and a new driving force behind what he's doing. And Mike's going to be sharing that process. He literally went to the mountaintop and what he saw up there, and he's going to be sharing kind of his journey with you. So Mike and I actually will be having a conversation coming up around Mental Health Awareness Day coming up in the next few weeks too. So be sure you're subscribed to my podcast, the Making Elephants Fly podcast. I just look up Making Elephants Fly podcast. It's on all of the podcast players. But be sure and listen to the episode with Ken. Be sure and listen to the episode with Aurora Gregory, who attended the Thing LA in 2019 and is now coming back to speak on the stage and share her brilliance around what she knows from pitching some Fortune 500 companies and getting speakers on stages around the globe. Jennifer Street is going to be joining us, and she's a licensed therapist and a certified trauma professional. And Jennifer is going to become a big part of this Thing community. Jennifer's husband, Ryan, was actually an attendee last year in Orlando, and he said, hey, you need to meet my wife. She's driving through town. And what I've noticed lately is so many leaders reach this barrier to what they want to achieve. And the stage, man, is one of the most scary places in the world. So I've kind of asked her to tackle the subject of breaking through fear. And, stage fright is a very real thing. I'm always very aware of the opportunity that I have before I stand on a stage. And I'm very much aware of the impact that I can make with the people that are sitting in the audience. And Jennifer's going to help us do better and break through on that area. Jeff Barnes, Dr. Disneyland himself, who honestly, Jeff, I consider a friend. But what I really know about Jeff is one of the greatest communicators. He's one of the best Disney storytellers I know. He taught a course on the history of Disneyland for years and has just quit his full-time job in higher education and is kind of still teaching about Disney, but he's going through this process, and it really began to happen the months before the thing, and it really kind of blossomed and unpacked at the VVIP Day in Orlando last year, where he kind of realized he was stepping into this new season of vulnerability, and he literally got super vulnerable with us as one of our closing speakers of the thing in Orlando, and he's going to be back, and I'm super excited about that. And also, if Nashville isn't something that you can make, if the dates just don't work, I get it. We'll still have Orlando, but this is the one where we're really focusing on speakers and authors. So if writing a book or if speaking is what you want to do, man, I highly recommend that you clear your schedule. You reschedule what you had on the calendar before. You get to Nashville and join us. I get it. There's a lot of distractions. There's a lot of other things going on. There's a lot of other places you could be. But I'm asking you to spend a couple of days with us in Nashville, help you be a better communicator. And I tell you why we even did this event. I did this because so many people in my community are saying, hey, I want to speak at the events that you do, and I want to learn how to be a better communicator so I can get on more stages. And that's why we're doing it. I want to equip my friends to step into the greatness, to step into the things that they were designed for. And that's what this event is. If you're watching this, you're literally probably watching because you're my friend, or one of my friends tagged you and said, dude, girl, you got to join me in Nashville at this. You got to come hang out with me and my buddy Terry and all of his amazing friends. So I sure hope you can join us. And Lindsay Hartz, who I literally just got off of a podcast interview that will literally be posted tonight or tomorrow. She's an amazing book marketer. The amazing thing about Lindsay's story is she came to the thing in 2018 full of fear, and the thing literally helped her break through that. She's since pivoted her business. She's gotten a book agent, and she's writing her own book right now, and kind of a super about her crazy vulnerable experience. And we had an amazing conversation, so you definitely don't want to miss that on my podcast, and you don't want to miss what she's going to be sharing with you about her kind of lessons about what do you do after you've written a book, how do you get it in the right people's hands, how do you build an audience that lets people know that you have a story that they need to be a part of. Roberto Candelario, one of my good friends, he's the wages guy, man. He's going to tell us how we position ourselves so that we can get these opportunities and open the door. And I'm super excited that he is going to be here. He's the founder of the Community Leaders Association and works with amazing businesses and amazing brands around the world. And I'm just super grateful for him and all that he pours into this community. Karen Anderson is an author and a speaker, and she's also a publisher for Morgan James Publishing, and she's going to be joining us. Morgan James is an amazing publishing company. We've actually got a stack of books. I don't have them over here in the studio side of my office, but an amazing stack of books. I know we've got 2 or 3 books that we're going to be giving to everybody that attends the thing. So you're going to leave with some books. I'm super excited for you to get your hands on those. They're going to be free. That's just part of your ticket. And maybe even some more surprises, but it'll be fun for you to go home with some stuff. I sure hope you guys can join us in Nashville at the thing. The website there is no sales page. The sales page is just go there, get a ticket, and come join us. It's stagespagesandwages.com. If you're on the fence, now's the time to get off the fence. Now's the time to book your plane ticket. Join us, see us in Nashville, and step into your opportunities for you to be on stages, for you to be on more for you to write those pages and get them in people's hands so that you can build a business and a brand around that, and people can hear your story. They can hear from you, they can learn from you, and the things that you know, and I know this about many of you that are watching, you have something that other people need to hear, and you're holding on to that. And I don't know if it's fear, I don't know if it's the ability of self-doubt, or if it's a victim mindset or a mindset around I'm not good enough, or what it is. But I want you to step into the amazing opportunity that comes from sharing your story with other people, allowing other people to enter your journey, and stepping into those scary places. And stages can be a scary place, especially when you're not prepared for them. So I want to help you guys do that. I want to help. We've created this event so that you can join us in Nashville. It's a Sunday and a Monday. There's a special VIP day on Saturday that's just going to be a small group of folks getting together. This is not a big event. Our events are already intimate, but this one's even more so. We're doing it in a way that you guys can get direct access to all the speakers. One of the things that differentiates the thing from other events is we don't like do a green room and there's no like place where all the speakers are hiding. This is your opportunity to hang out with these people, to sit down at grab a meal with these people around the event. And we're definitely making sure to build some time around the event so that you can go hang out and get direct answers from these people about your brand and your business, and work on your talk with these people. Get that signature keynote that opens up doors. Tell those stories that need to be heard. Figure all of the pieces that come into being a personal brand that has a book and a speaking business that's built into it, and how to create things outside of those things that allow you to actually make money. Because there's two speaking industries. And we're going to be talking about what those look like and how to break into those things. And I look forward to, and I'm hoping to record a very special episode of the podcast. I'm still working on those details of my podcast. And I hope those of you that are going to be there can join us for that. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone in Nashville. Do me a favor, get your ticket now. Stop waiting. Stop thinking about it. Pick yourself. Stop waiting for somebody else to open the door for you. Get in the room with people who believe in you, people who will invest in you, and people who will help you learn how to be excellent at that thing that you're called to do, and get that message out there, and get your message heard, get your books read, get your books written, get your books published, and get on all of those stages that you want to get on. Get interviewed on the podcast that you want to get on. And so we will see you in Nashville, June 5th and 6th. Go to pageswages.com right now. Get your ticket. Stop waiting. And we will see you at the thing.